Secretary of State Antony Blinken is in Kyiv for a second day, trying to reaffirm U.S. support for Ukraine after the U.S. recently greenlit more than $60 billion in military support. But that aid's pretty late, and it comes just as Russia launched another round of ground and air attacks on northern Kharkiv this morning. Officials say about 8,000 people have been evacuated from the area. The Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky thanking the U.S., but pleading for even more help.
It's air defense, the biggest deficit for us. Really, we need today 2 Patriots for Kharkiv region, because the people are under attack.
All right, CNN's Nick Payton-Walsh joins us now live from that region of Ukraine. Nick, good morning to you. We're just learning that Zelensky is also postponing his participation in all international events in the coming days because of the situation on the ground there in Kharkiv. What can you tell us?
Yeah, I mean, look, that is just a reflection, frankly, of how grave it's getting north of Kharkiv. Part of his job is, as you were saying, to go round allies and make the urgent case for more, better aid quickly. Now, what we're seeing north of Kharkiv, let me make sure people understand the context of this, is not another active front line where the Russians are seeing success. They've been seeing success and moving forwards in the east quite dramatically over the past weeks. What they did on Friday is launch a significant new invasion, frankly, from their territory into parts of Ukraine that they'd been kicked out 2 years ago. And it's frankly depressing to be back here. This was a front line 2 years ago that we worked around, to see now this potentially under threat again. Now, the Russians have come at this with force, resources. They've not found the Ukrainians ready. We've not driven past significant fortifications on the way to here, 2 places where they're being urgently built. We did see. And key to all of this is a town called Vovchansk. Now, that is on the border. We were there when they were kicked out 2 years ago, but now the Russians are back, it seems. A local police chief talking about hearing gunfire are in and around the city, so it seems at most generous to Kiev. The Russians are certainly on the outskirts, and Ukraine's military talking about how they'd moved to more favourable positions over the last 24 hours. That's sort of their euphemism for a form of retreat. So clearly Russia on the forefoot there. They have other key settlements in their sights too, one of which, Lipsy, might potentially enable them to shell Kharkiv, Ukraine's second biggest city. Remember, a place of millions that have felt for a while calm, the ability to get back to normal life, and is now facing the possibility of continued shelling. They've had airstrikes over the past days or so. And so all of this a reflection of how Russia appears to have got its resources together, to have turned its economy into a wartime one and regained its focus and its manpower, while Ukraine has been left with its morale cratered because of the 6 months it's had to wait for that $61 billion. Back in December, people were talking about how if they didn't get it, they were finished. They've had to wait 5 or 6 months. That starved them of ammunition on the front lines to stop Russian advances. That's left them questioning where they have to essentially devote what little they have left. And in a key moment like this, where Russia has launched an entirely new offensive in a different direction, they now have to make choices about where they send the troops to hold that back. And we're also seeing Russia making advances in the east too. So this is frankly a catastrophic moment for Kiev, a change in the war, and something reflected in Zelensky deciding not to make those urgent visits to allies in the days ahead. We're into a very grave moment here, and the aid simply cannot come fast enough, if indeed it's not too late for some parts of Ukraine. Casey?
Yeah, sometimes it can be hard to wrap your head around the real ramifications of the delays here in Washington as you're covering them day to day. I really appreciate that very clear reporting about where we are right now and the real ramifications that has had that now puts us in this position. Nick Payton-Walsh for us in the Kharkiv region. Nick, thank you very much.